Hello, everybody, and welcome to the second session of Midnight Monday with Generation Midnight. You'll see we are a player down this week, unfortunately, so I'm going to basically say that they sort of just gave in, and their body falls down. They are now one with the darkness. Those of you that joined us last week will know that our players here are stuck on a generation ship meant to seed a planet with colonists that's many light years away from Earth. And they woke up to find that, well, it's way off course. There's no stars outside, and everyone is dead or some sort of creepy join the void zombie. Joining us again, we have our cast of characters here: Donovan Vesperdine, Eddie
Hey,
Sourfist,
everybody.
and Celine Wells.
Hello.
So Donovan, so just gonna get into it tonight. Might not be super long. We have, from what I've written here, depending on what goes, this might be pretty quick, but we'll see. Where we last left off, they were beckoned from on a screen to meet. Where did she go?
Aaron?
Karen. Yeah, it was her last name. I can't remember.
Glover.
Glover.
Karen Glover.
it's
Karen.
Glover.
Yeah, Karen Glover, who is the it's the XO of the ship, and she is telling them that she has told them that she will explain what's going on, but they need to come meet her in engineering. Now, currently, the group is kind of standing here. They don't have any weapons, and they've been just punching people and hitting them with big wrenches and shit. So, we're going to allow them to go ahead and take it away. You're on the bridge of the ship. You've just taken down the captain and two of their lackeys. Found that they have the same sort of cultish symbol, this cult symbol necklace that that they have seen before, that may have something to do with everything going on here for anyone. But they seem to be the only ones waking up. Anyone who has not had one of those has not woken up yet. So, I'm going to let them take it away. What is your next step, folks?
Y'all, I don't know about you, but I'm hurt. And if Karen's gone the same direction as everybody else has, then I don't think we're getting over there without a fight. And my face is hurt already.
Come find us. Is it better to hold our ground here and just wait? Or to enter on our own terms?
Well, that's the thing, Celine. Like, what are we gonna wait for? Everybody's dead. Like, I don't think rescue's coming. Everybody in the pod room is dead. It's just us at this point. I think we need to find our way to defend ourselves before we decide what we do. Like, maybe go into engineering? Might give us answers, but I don't trust nobody no more. What do you think, Donovan?
Well, you have a point. Rescue's not coming. Any course correction that we try to make is going to take years to fully implement. Years that 3 people can't run a ship. You know? I can only do so much with the software and keeping the computers running. But I don't know how to treat our water. Like, I can figure it out.
But keep us hopped up on food, but...
So, I don't think holing up here is going to be a good idea. Eddie needs to get patched up.
Yeah, I'm bleeding bad.
And Celine, you don't look so good either.
Yeah.
So, did I see you grab some of the med kit stuff, like some bandages or anything like that?
Nah,
While I was messing around with the data pads?
all I had were these stim packs, but I don't got them anymore. I think before Scythe went disappeared on us, he had them. So
He didn't. He didn't disappear after the fight. You saw him like stabbing himself with those, which he used up, and he just sort of looked at you and said, "You know what? This is hopeless." And then laid down and went to sleep, like right there on the floor.
So like, I got none.
He's not breathing. He seems to be suspended the same way everybody else is. I mean, his skin's not all pallid and weird, but
well, and I go for the captain and grab the gun. This is at least something. It's more than what we got. Which one of you is a better shot? Because definitely not me. And I put up the gun for one of them to grab.
It might be better if I have the gun than just trying to punch things. That seemed to work a lot better for you than me.
Eddie hands Celine the gun. Alright, well that's one of us armed. I say, like, I'm hurting, but going back doesn't seem like the smartest move. Maybe we find our way towards the armory and then head to engineering? Like, go with something. And if anything, I don't know about y'all, but go down with a bang. Y'all okay?
It's a lot. It was... And she just goes speechless, like, and looks in the direction of the previous suspended ally.
So, thank you. In the midst of yin and yang, we got Solace for Celine, and I got me some D8s.
All right, Celine, go ahead and roll all your D4s.
Okay, that's the same as the distress die, correct?
Yeah, that's roll whatever your pool of distress die is right now. How many do you have?
I think I was like a couple. I was set to 3 minutes, so I was almost at 2, but not yet. So
Okay.
just roll on.
You can roll one if you would like to, or you can hold off. You also, when you do a solace roll, and I forgot to mention this last time, and I realized afterwards I messed it up. You always at least remove one distress or 1 minute on a solace roll. You can never get 0 minutes off. So if you solace, you at least one, and then your D4s, if you roll, you add more.
And Papa, you get a show me them 8s too from Ian over at Fires of Atheline.
Ian, brother, I appreciate it. Been missing you.
Thank you, friend. I truly appreciate that from the bottom of a wounded heart.
Yeah. Oh. Well done.
All right.
Y'all got a gun. Y'all got a gun, and you're stuck in the bridge. You've not really, you've checked the piloting and navigation, and you also see that they are locked out. That was something that I don't remember if I mentioned in the recap or last week. You are unable to access them. You would need basically EXO or captain permission to get into those controls, as far as you can tell.
The main thing you had conveyed was that any interactions with the console would not have been disruptive enough to cause reactions and any of the sleepers.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to be able to shift. It's such a massive ship, even, just being on it and flying on it, or in space with it before, they don't move. They don't spin or create a lot of gravity usually. The way that this is, the course corrections are very minute. They're very slight. The reason you have gravity is because of the speed at which you are moving. So the force of the ship itself is creating about a half G, where you're at now, half G or more. and that is kind of that's the deal. But if you were able to, if you had the pilot's controls, you could do some wacky stuff, but you don't have them right now.
Well, this is where we make it or break it, friends. We all know our way around at least this part of the ship, right? Like, what I'm saying is, we know there's an armory.
Now, all of you know your way around the
ship.
The ship.
Okay.
You've probably been, there's places you don't necessarily go, but you know where they are.
Like, I just want to go to the armory and feel a little bit safer before we head to engineering, if that's an option. Because we have one gun, but two of us are sadly unprepared for anything other than fisticuffs.
Yeah.
Have like a stun stick.
Or a heavy stick, any kind of stick.
Yeah.
A broomstick.
Celine, your weapon is filled with non-lethal rounds. The difference in that, the pistol that you have is a +1 to damage. In general, the rounds are just going to do 1 damage, but if you hit someone and take them out with it, like, short of it being a critical success, you can't choose to kill them with it.
That's a warrior style. So
Wonderful.
caretaker.
All right. Well, I say we get moving. I don't think we're helping no one, but just staying around here. Let's stick close together and let's try to avoid any of our dearly departed.
Oh, I realized I forgot. This evening, the content warnings are body horror, mind control, the vastness of space, and I'm missing one again.
We mentioned medical horror last time.
Medical horror,
Applied
yeah.
to this one too? Like,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
still
yeah.
with the... Okay,
Yes,
good.
the same ones from last time, yeah.
Thanks for the warning.
And then tonight's we're going to be doing the same thing we were doing last week for those who were donating. It's going to be going to aid the fight against the anti-trans bills in Texas or Arizona or Florida or wherever else across this great I can't even say with a straight face, this completely garbage nation in which we are, making children want to kill themselves. So if you want to fight that, drop a little bit of money. We'll send it to where it can do hopefully the most good. So sorry, now we get back to it.
All right.
I was looking at my notes and was like, shit.
If we're okay with moving towards the armory, or would we like to do something else? If there's any other ideas, any other suggestions?
You got good ideas there, bro. Let's go arm up and maybe they got
Well, the armory is really just that there's going to be the weapons will be in the security area.
yeah.
Each crew, when it rotates in, crew of roughly 40 people. It's like 2 shifts of 20 that get woken up. But the security area, there's like usually 4 people to everybody works basically 10-hour shifts. And then they get 10 hours off, and then they get 10 hours on. It's kind of a thing, but there are usually 4 security people, and they have less lethal weaponry and things like that. Their purpose of which is to keep people from space madness or what have you.
Twin fever, but times 1,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's working out great so far.
Yeah. They didn't do a great job, did they?
It
Nope.
seemed to work for a few generations at least.
I mean, 4 out of 1,000 people. Well, what's that statistic? All right, so let's head over there. Let's try to get anything useful before our encounter with Glover. Glover.
Yeah.
All right, so we head over there.
Okay, so
Wherever
the
it
armory is on the middle, is in the center floor of the three main crew floors. So you have to take a lift back down. Once
Okay.
you do so, you are dumped out into like kind of the central area of the hub, and there's like a ringed walkway. There are 3 sections here for you to deal with. There is the security area, which is the smallest of the sections. There's the crew area, which is where your individual rooms would be, as well as like rec area and like dining area and kitchen are all like the mess areas in here as well.
Do I
There's
smell any food?
Is there any alcohol available?
You know that alcohol is something that is available. However, someone would have to be. I mean, right now you just stepped off the elevator and there's no alcohol here in the hallway. So you're gonna have to go somewhere where alcohol would be.
Yeah, that's what I rolled up for Solace. So I'm like,
Mhm.
And my solace is junk food, so junk food and alcohol is like. But weapons first, food later. So I would guess that's in security.
Yeah, that's in security.
All right. Well, let's make our way to security.
All right. So you get to the security door and you see that it is closed currently. The lights and everything are like on like normal. There doesn't seem to be any power sappage here, but the door itself is locked and sealed. There's a keypad on the right, or a terminal on the right that you can interface with. The way that the security works here is like if you have to basically be of the right rank,
Clearance?
right, in order to access rank or job to access specific rooms without them bringing you in. Currently, none of you are part of the security team, therefore the security doors are closed. And also, you haven't gone through your process of like getting hand terminals like keyed to you anyway, so which doesn't really matter right now because nothing works, or nothing you would need works. But you do have a one of the info pads.
Mm-hmm. Is this something that I could hack into?
Absolutely.
Then
That
let me hack.
all right, and we're gonna call this hack a acumen plus. Well, as you get in there and start messing with it, you see that it's not a brute force thing. It's going to take a lot of, which would, it's not going to be quick. So it's going to be metal, your ability to overcome the annoyance of breaking this hack. So we go acumen plus metal with your hacking, or with the technology, and then you have the hacking specialty, right?
Yep.
So your 8s count as 2 successes.
yeah, I do not have the specialty, but I do have just technology aptitude in general. So
Yeah, if you wanted to try to hack, you could assist, or you could do that. If you wanted to
so I
mess
can
with
do
anything,
assist to like apply the knowledge that you would have about the system.
yeah. If you have any like your knowledge of technology means if you're dealing with technology on this shit, which is most everything, you have D8s when you roll for it.
Okay. Would that to assist? Would that be acumen plus?
Acumen is the same. Acumen plus metal.
I got me
Oh.
1 success.
Okay, D8. When the stress dice falling everywhere. Okay. Well, So far, that is not looking good.
Well,
Okay,
Donovan.
Yeah, net zero. This is outside of her.
You didn't actually. So basically, while Donovan is sitting there, kind of like going through this long, arduous process of trying to get this door open, Celine is kind of over his shoulder, being like, "Well, you should," but absolutely doing nothing for you. Like, it actually took you longer than it should have because you kept getting like talked over your ear by they were backseat hacking, and you're the hacker. You're getting a little bit frustrated with it.
Celine, how about we just let Donovan, like, we don't need to. They already turned it on and off again, so Celine, please.
It's yeah, and then at the end of it, the once you're about ready to turn around and just be like, shut the, and as soon as you get to that point, you realize, I got it. And as you do, the door slides open, and it opens into a security office. You've seen the security office before. Some of you may or may not have been in some disorderly situations in the past. But it's the security area is basically a small office with lockers for different kind of equipment, and then there's like 4 different cells that they would put people in that they needed to calm down or something along those lines. Though, honestly, it's not something that's very frequently used, at least not from your previous shifts talking with security. They'd be like, they get records and very few people ever have to go there.
Alrighty then.
The locker's locked?
The lockers are not locked.
Wonderful.
You
Alright.
are able to open all 4 of the lockers. And as you do, you see basically more jumpsuits, you see more gravity boots, you see some pictures of people and their, like, some of the security people with their family and stuff like that. You are not able to find any more pistols, but you do find a stun baton.
Yeah.
A stun baton is a 1 damage, basically a club that you use a weaponry roll for, and it has the staggering quality. If you are able to do, with this one, we're going to call it 4 more damage. If you can do 4 more damage in 1 swing, it will stun them.
Okay, so I say Donovan takes that, because I am dangerously close to le death.
Yeah. And there's also the kind of a back office room as well, where they would do their like computer work and stuff like that. And none of you have ever been in that room.
Sounds like a nice place to go for the first time. Let's just check in the room.
And this one is also locked.
Oh my goodness, I'm about to throw a hissy fit. Why did they lock all these doors? Like, did they not think that they might need? Oh, well, whatever, I'm not the head of security. They're probably in a zombie suit anyway.
There a key?
Don't want random people wandering in there. This is not the usual circumstance. Not that we'll get to have that ever again.
Alright, well, Donovan, you think you can work your magic on door number 2?
I can see.
And as you start working on door number 2, this is when you hear your info pad lights up with another, like, basically FaceTime message from the EXO. And Karen says, you decided to stop off to get weapons. I am absolutely appalled. I invited you down here for a simple conversation. But it's no matter.
Well, we didn't want to get jumped by anyone on the way.
As soon as you start speaking, she cuts you off. And you, like, looking down, you see, you're kind of like half sentence, like, that asshole. And then you notice that this little ticker on your info pad starts to go down, showing that the oxygen levels are dropping.
Oh, no.
You are going to, you don't have a lot of time. Very quickly, because you accessed these earlier, so you still have access to them. You're able to see that it's only on this floor that the oxygen levels are dropping, and it is being controlled from engineering.
We're on our way, Karen.
are you going to try to open that door? You think you might be able to have time. You're not sure, but
Guys, she's sucking all the oxygen out of the floor.
How quick do you think you can get that door open?
Either we hustle our asses now, or we take the chances of possibly getting semi-hypoxic.
Then maybe she doesn't want us in there for a reason. And I'm not too keen on, following a threat. But it's your call.
Mid-sentence there, you start to see a little bit of your breath as it starts to get colder and colder. All life support has been shut down for this level.
Oh my god.
Though, yeah.
All right, roll out.
You leaving?
Yep.
All right. Well, let's leave then.
You do know that you would have an amount of time before it would be deadly, like you'd be dead. But yeah, if you want to leave. You get back towards the elevator and or the lift, and the lift can take you down to below level 3, where the basically there's like a super long lift that you have to take down to engineering. Main engineering is the back of the entire massive ship, where the engines are, and then you have like usually an engineer or two up front in the bridge reporting stuff back, but the engineers themselves work down there. Which one of you were engineers?
Would have been me.
Okay, the engineer. So you do know your way around there pretty well.
Yep.
Out of character question to Pixie, what's your dread manifestation?
Dread. That was Soothe.
Soothe? Like to
Yeah.
make someone calm?
Yeah, I think it reduces minutes.
Ah, okay. That's fine. Because mine's just basically a flashbang. Yours
yeah,
is...
It was like in an exchange of peril. It I think you take some on pulling up the pre-release rules.
Okay, so you got that. I got a flashbang, and yours was, Kat?
I can make it harder for them to dodge me.
Okay. I just wanted to get that all in check before we... Because I don't... Aaron is out for blood.
Yeah, so I can add a minute to the clock to absorb another touch character for 10 seconds or a round of combat. And roll. You can reduce your minute hand as if you have roll your soulless trigger. If I add a minute to mine. So, how messed up are you looking right now?
If I get hit for 5 more HP, I die.
Yeah, it's solace trigger.
Mentally.
Is different. Mentally, distress
Mentally,
die.
I have 2 distress dice.
Okay.
But I also have optimistic, which means for 1 session I can ignore 1 of them. So it's technically, if it's a really cut and dry one, I can negate 1.
Actually, Donovan, go ahead and add another minute, and yeah, because it's more reflective. We're new scene, reflective surfaces. Yeah, make
really
faces.
bad at a
Make
metal
faces
ship.
while you do it. I enjoy that. Yeah.
I know you do.
Evil.
Okay, so I can whoever has the lot. Are you almost at another minute? Yeah, if I add a minute to mine, then I can basically take one off somebody else's. So who's?
At 8 seconds.
You're at
That
8
tells you
seconds. How many minutes?
4 minutes.
4 minutes. Okay, that would put me up to 4 minutes, which would be in character.
You're basically trading, but
Yep. we're
Yeah, I
trading.
think it's easier for you to have it just because you have more health than I do.
Yeah. Also,
Investing in me is not a good idea.
Also, you have 2 distress die, so you could potentially take 2 off. I think.
Yeah, but just like if it's me, unless it's life and death, don't spend it on me. There has to be life and death.
Okay. How is Donovan doing mentally?
I just went up to 2 distress die, but I'm good. Actually, hold
Okay.
on. Let me take a second look at that before I say that, because I'm easily consolable. Where did I didn't put it anywhere? Good
Or
job.
Min-maxing before the boss battle.
Yep.
You asked me what my power was, and I remember that's a thing she can do, and she feels bad for like trying to help and making things worse, which like reinforces that her instinct should not be trusted.
All right, Karen. We'd like to speak to your manager.
All right. Well, you're on the
I
lift
hope-
as it travels further and further down.
I hope that pop culture phenomenon would not have persisted centuries into the future.
There are always going to be Karens. Well, hopefully not. Sort of a Karen killing meteorite or something. Anyway, yeah, you're heading down the shaft or the long elevator to get to main engineering. As you do, Karen pops up on the screen yet again. She says, "Now that we've gotten that unpleasantness out of the way, we can discuss things. I did not realize, and she's like, well, she says, we had been so careful not to choose any of you. I thought we were anyway. And the fact that all four of you were on the same crew is just, well, it defies expectations. But, here you are, and you are awake, and I do regret that. I didn't want you to have to see what's going on, but if you just take a moment, close your eyes, and just give over the power of true joy and
Who has the info pad? Who's holding the info pad?
this is on the screen in the elevator.
Ah, the elevator.
Yeah,
So-
it's a long elevator ride. So she's
Uh,
basically villain monologuing you as you go down.
Donovan,
She's
my buddy, my pal. Can I borrow that for a second? Not the pad, the stick.
Yeah, sure.
I borrow the stun stick and I perform pinata party on the screen.
okay. Okay, so I'm gonna have you roll a strength plus toughness roll with weaponry.
Oh, I
Because
don't have weaponry, so.
these are pretty. I mean, the panels here are all pretty sturdy.
But that's still 5 dice and 2 of the distress dice.
They were meant
Wait,
to
don't I
last.
have an? I remember the chat giving me something like a couple minutes back.
Yeah. I think an
What did
honor
they give me?
success.
Yeah, way over here.
You have an auto success, Eddie.
All right, so I just gotta not fudge this. Ooh, okay, that's 1 and 2, and then let me roll my distress die, and then the other this. Oh, that's bad. And so that's 2 successes on the die, the auto success from the chat, and no distress die telling me to be bad. So that's 3 successes.
Okay. 3 successes is enough to slam into the thing and you crack it. The visuals are gone completely, but you are still hearing her voice come through the speakers.
And now I
as
turn on the
she's-
electric shocky part. Bzzz.
Oh, that hits the first time too, but yeah, I got you.
Oh, well.
But you can stab it and do your thing. So, but
I
she
mean,
she does not skip a beat when you hit it. She is still explaining to you. She's telling you, I'm sure that you have a lot of questions that you'd like to ask me, and I'm all ears. We have plenty of time before you get all the way down here to meet me, and we can discuss, your fate and your future.
I passed the stick to Donovan. Would you like a try?
I'm gonna save my energy.
Celine, I passed the stick. It's really therapeutic. Get out some of that pent up anger. I passed
Yeah.
the stick to Celine.
Yeah, so she makes a noise of like, yeah, that might help.
Hey, go do a strength plus toughness with weaponry. It's all D6s. Make sure to get your D4 in.
All these sixes.
Oh, by the way, Celine, you need to add another minute because the flickering lights that you're getting from this screen now are bothering you something
My
fierce.
bad. My bad.
Wait, seconds or minute? Just straight up to minute?
A minute. Add another minute.
Okay. Okay, why is this not letting me edit it?
I'm not sure.
Really therapeutic facing your trauma trigger. No, well, I didn't mean that like that.
Okay, 4. I'm just gonna write this down on a piece of paper.
I'm sorry. I didn't really think this through. I forgot your trauma trigger. My bad. I feel bad now.
Okay. Flickering. There we go. Set that to 4 minutes. That's 2 distress dice. I'll be adding. Still gonna try to hit it. Make it stop flickering.
It's a good solution. What is it called? A kinetic
So that
what?
was strength, and what was the second one?
Toughness.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's sort of 3 and then 2 distress die.
I believe.
Well, there's a 1 in there, and there's 1 success. So that was a net 0. Complicated success.
So you rear back on this thing and you slam it as hard as you can against where you approximate where the speaker is. And as it hits, you feel the jolt like kind of come back down your arm and like shake you a bit, but the voice itself goes out. You no longer can hear Karen. However, you have broken the stun baton.
Oh no.
Good thing I still have my scalpel.
By broken, you mean like busted or like it just doesn't
It
shock
no
anymore?
longer you can hit people with it, but it doesn't do the shocky part. It loses
well,
the
that's
quality.
not bad. It's still a stick.
I mean, yeah, it's still a stick, but it doesn't stagger anymore.
Oh well. See, this is. I'm gonna be quiet now.
Eddie.
All right, but we feel better. I feel better. Yeah, listen, y'all. It's been a hell of a, and I checked the info pad. Hour. We've been awake for the first time in so long. Everybody's gone. Scythe is gone. We're in the deep, vast darkness of space. And I don't know what's driving all these people to go goo goo gaga on us. But
Do you two also have the artistic spark? Do you make art? Is that why we're still standing?
I make food.
No.
Well, that answers that question. I mean, engineering isn't, and we go into this whole philosophic debate about whether engineering is an art for 2 minutes in the vlog.
Basically, like as soon as you start trying to, you get on like a rant about engineering as art, and the doors open right in front of you.
Part of time.
You're at the top level of engineering. It is a large concentric, like a large circular ring around the central like engine core. You know that there are numerous and there's like numerous little like walkways that lead to the engine itself where you can do repairs. You have to head down a staircase to get to the bottom floor, which is where like diagnostics and a lot of the tools and stuff are. And as you kind of look down below the catwalk, that is where you see Karen standing at the control panel, sitting at the bottom of this room. And she is not even paying attention to you or looking at you, but she is staring very intently on something on her monitor.
Well, no time like the present, huh, guys?
Been nice knowing you. If it comes down to anything, I'll lay down whatever I can, if you two can find a way to get out.
Well, I think we determined there is no way out.
Make our way down there.
We're not gonna reward them for taking away everyone's futures. That's.
We'll make them bleed.
As you start walking down the staircase, that is when Karen looks up and just smiles at you broadly, a big beaming grin on her face, and she says, "It's so close. and you're going to be able to witness it. I do envy you. I really do. But you must know at this point that there's no stopping this. You are hundreds of years from home.
Yeah.
And I can promise you, if you lie down and go to sleep, you will drift off into a euphoria you've never experienced before in your life. And as she says that, those strange, emotions and both human and non-human, and languages, which probably both human and non-human, start pouring kind of into your head all around you. All of them saying in some way, shape, or form, join us. I want everybody to make you keep it together check really fast.
Remind me again, resilience.
Plus metal. You get a D8 on this automatically. Damn it. Stop it. Stop, computer.
That was the one. But everything I rolled that wasn't. That was success. So I still have 2 net successes.
Okay. I have a success, but a 1 on my distress die, but I am going to take my optimistic for this session and ignore the distress die. So there's goes optimistic, because I feel like if I don't keep it together now, it's just gonna get worse.
Okay.
And I picture it as just trying to get in your head, Eddie. Just remember, when times were tough, you always had family. You always had friends. You always had everything you needed. And if this bitch is gonna try to take you down, you're gonna go down with a big smile, Eddie. And he pulls out the big smile from wherever it is deep inside him and shuts out the voices, shuts out the madness coming in for him.
Well, there you go. And you're able to shake it off. Anyone get a 0 or a -1?
Oh, that'd be me. Got a 0.
A 0. Donovan, you add another minute as you kind of grit your teeth to try to keep yourself stable. But the sense of hopelessness is building, and what they're saying to your head actually kind of sounds like a better, sounds like it might actually not be that bad as bad as dying alone in the vacuum of space.
He's up to 5. I will use the soothe. So that will be bringing my minutes up to 5, but the effects of solace.
Okay, it's for who?
For Donovan.
All right, so Donovan, make a solace roll.
Oh, I think I was given that previously by the chat, so I guess.
Oh, you can't give it to somebody else. That one's for you.
I mean, like, can I use that to basically heal now after using my soothe?
Yeah, you can do one too.
Okay. So that's the 2 dice that I.
Yeah, you currently have 2 D4, so roll those. You automatically lose a minute, and then however many you roll, you lose that many more. How many 4s you roll?
Oh, okay. They both come up 3, so it's just going to bring me back, keep me up 4 then.
Yeah. How you doing there, Donovan? Just 1?
I got nothing back for it. So thanks for trying.
You always gain 1 back.
Oh yeah, I got.
You always
the
lose. Yeah, you always lose 1 minute on that.
So
All right.
With the easily consolable, that would technically let me lose 2 then. These character blah 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 blah. Whenever your character engages in their solace trigger, they decrease 2 minutes for. Oh no, that would only be for the forest. Never mind.
What does it say?
You get to decrease.
Oh yeah, 2 minutes for
2
each 4 rolled.
minutes
Yeah.
for every 4, but not just for a straight up engagement. Okay.
Yeah, if you were doing your solace trigger at the same time, you could double it, but
There's
not in
no
not in
food
this
to
setting.
sniff.
The food just there's no pines. This ship does not have the spirit of Christmas.
Nope.
He would curl up in a cabinet and have a drink, but there's no opportunity to do that right now.
Yeah, well, the problem is the kitchen, they were low on oxygen, so.
Yeah, I mean, Steve would have tried trying to get that drink.
Anywho's it. Final boss staring us in the face, giving us the evil monologue.
Yep.
Listen, lady, because do we know Karen personally, or she's never been a part of the crew we've been on?
No, she's not part of the crew that you're on. So
Okay, so we don't know her person.
You may know of her. You may have known her before you left, for all you know. Well, all the crews have met in certain capacities before you left on the trip.
Okay,
But you know, also
just gonna-
one thing you're noticing about Karen is like she definitely doesn't look like she's been walking around for 63 years.
And is she, for all intents and purposes, alone?
You don't see anyone else. No, she is alone. She looks like she is 25 years old. It hasn't aged a day, which is odd for all of you because you've had multiple shifts through this, and they last for a good while. So you've aged. You all have aged from when you started this mission. You expect to spend your twilight years where you're going. She still looks like she's 25 years old.
Listen here, lady. Because you're no sudden Karen that we know of. You have killed so many people.
She laughs as soon as you say that. She says, "No, I have not killed anybody. No one here is dead. None of them. They are joined to something greater. Those voices, they're among them, and you could be too."
You have gone off some deep end that I cannot fathom, my darling.
No, not a deep end. I have found faith. Let me show you. And she taps a couple panels, and all of the panels around you light up in well, not really light up. They all go to like a very dark view. And you see, basically, you're seeing like a camera outside the ship. And you see portions of the ship from the camera. But ahead of you, you see a large, dark sphere of some sort. You can't really make much out of it, but as you're kind of like looking as close as you can tell that there's definitely some sort of massive spherical object that is also completely dark out there in the middle of the void, and you seem to be heading directly towards it.
Okay. Like, I'm just not comfortable with the giant hole in the sky. I don't know, fellas.
This is better than a new world. Why would you take that from us?
There was no new world. There never was a new world. Everything, all of this, was put together by our people to bring you here. You are where you belong. This was always the end of this mission.
Four of us weren't supposed to be here.
Mistakes were made, yes, but one of you has succumbed and has joined the chorus of or has joined the others in complete bliss.
And as far as choice goes, what if I choose not to lay down?
We all lay down sometime.
Okay. When is the mission supposed to be over? Because
At current
we're
speed,
ahead of schedule, right?
No, we are right on time. At current
Ah.
speeds, we will arrive at our destination in just under 45 minutes.
All right.
We're in engineering. Donovan, you're an engineer. Is there anything
Yeah.
in here you can do to stop or put the ship in reverse?
Short of having access to explosives, I can't stop the ship. That's not how ships work.
Can you blow something up?
I don't have explosives.
You don't. You don't necessarily need explosives. You are in a giant like antimatter reactor, So you know that you could probably fuck something up to the point where you could completely blow this thing up. It's just, is she going to let you? And
Well, hey, like if she tries to stop us, then she says anything about going to bed and putting to sleep. She's gonna have to tuck me in real tight before she gets to anywhere else. I mean, if we blow it up, you know what that means. But it's
So
better than
Karen, if I decide just, stop the trip half an hour early or 15 minutes early, how's that impact you and your end goals? I'm just trying to be fair here.
she kind of gives sort of a shy smile for a second and says, the Great One, it asked for the ship to come here. It needed the ship and everything on it, and it is here.
That's already where it needs to be.
There's nothing you can do to stop it. I want everybody to make a intuition plus empathy roll.
Oh,
if you have
God.
psychology or something that is social, that you might be able to read someone's body language or something, you can D8 it.
Nope.
Heck.
Got
Okay.
absolutely nothing. 0.
Net 2. Wait, is this non-combat?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to use Lucky Hero then.
Okay, which
And I
gives
got a
you
1.
So the Lucky is like it just the advantage. I'm gonna pull up the text for that just to make sure I'm keeping it to the. Yeah, it says you may forego a non-combat skill roll and claim a phenomenal success instead.
Say again.
So it becomes a phenomenal success instead of using the roll.
Okay. Cool. If you have a phenomenal success on this, you are now looking. Pieces into your head fall into place from this. You're looking at her, and she is making. While she's saying this, she's got her hand kind of like tapping. One of her fingers is tapping a little bit awkwardly on the console, not pressing buttons, but almost like she's nervous. She keeps making glances over and at all of you, like she's a little bit tense. You feel that there is something you can do to really throw a wrench in this, and she does not want you in engineering. That is why, or she, does not want you to be able to access this console. That is what you have picked up.
So the console that she's like tapping her fingers on.
Yeah, the primary engineering console. It's where the chief engineer would work or whatever.
So Celine's gonna look at Donovan and then at the console.
I'm a spy the interaction, and then like, all right, well, we doing this?
Guess so.
I'm gonna try to just get her away, like bum rush her, hold her down.
All right, make an initiative roll. She is ready for you, so.
Yeah. All right. It's 2 and 3, so these.
Okay, initiative. And
That
we do
is
not.
The best. I'm sorry. Go.
We do not use the D8s if we don't have an aptitude for fighting.
You
stuff.
need you need tactics or a fighting aptitude of some sort. Yes.
I am so mad that I got the best roll I'm ever gonna get on this, and it was on initiative.
All right. Did anyone get 4 or more?
I did. I got 4
4. Okay.
on initiative, not on anything else. On initiative.
3. 2. 1.
I
One?
got net 2. I rolled a 2.
0? I got you.
I got a 1.
Okay. All right. So Eddie, you actually edged this one out a bit. You run a carrot, but we're gonna get started at the bottom here. Donovan, what is your plan?
As so she's just words are hard. Is there an engineering console that would give me the same access nearer to me?
You may be able to hack one.
All right. Yeah. I don't want to be right there.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I just want to find another near hackable terminal so I can get in and see what she's.
You actually go to your normal terminal, which is not far from where you're at, and you.
Let me just go log into
yeah,
work.
Yeah, you go. You're gonna make a. We're gonna call it an intuition. No, an acumen plus wit with technology. This is not a hack. You're just yeah, it is. You're hacking into a console because it's currently locked out. So that is going to be your role. Selena, what are you doing?
I'm good.
Okay.
I mean
that is a coordination plus composure. I don't think you have weaponry or marksmanship, so.
Nope, just high coordination. So that will be all E4s.
She is going to be. She's actually leaping towards Eddie as Eddie leaps towards her. So Eddie, I need you to roll a.
You said composure, right?
Yeah, it's composure. I need you to roll a. We're gonna call it. You said tackle.
Well, what I want to do is hold her down. It's not damage that I'm looking for. It's control. I want to make sure she's pinned down, essentially.
Okay.
So, the grapple? That's the word I'm looking to work?
Yeah, grapples. You're basically trying to do a takedown. So we're gonna call that a coordination plus toughness with hand to hand is your thing. So you're gonna do that first.
Okay, that is. Okay, and then please don't fail me now. Okay, that is 2 successes.
She also got 2 successes, so you have a complicated success. You don't do any damage. You are able to you're not able to take her down like you want, but you're able to kind of grab her and wrap her arms up a little bit, one of her arms up a little bit. The other one, however, she brings down and slaps you and grabs you on the forehead. And I need you to make a coordination reaction to dodge that. She tries to hit you in the forehead.
Coordination reaction. That is. Oh no. That is. That is a 0, my friend.
Ooh, yeah. Well, she does hit you with that. Then you don't take any damage, fortunately for you. However, until your next roll. All of your rolls until you are done with your next turn have 3 added distress dice.
3 added distress dice?
So a maximum of 5, yes.
All of us?
And no,
me.
just Eddie.
Okay.
That is 5 distress dice.
Yep.
That's rough, dude. That's rough.
You think? All right.
We should have stopped at the kitchen.
Selena, what'd you get?
Net 1.
And with all the stuff that's kind of going on between the two of them, your shot goes right over their shoulder. Donovan
got 2 successes, one of them being an 8.
Oh. Well then that's a double. You're hacking. So you got 3 successes.
So that's 3.
All right. So Donovan got 3 successes on the hack. You are in the terminal. You have baseline access right now. It's going to take a lot of work to do what you want to do because there's a lot of fail safes that you're going to have to override.
Yeah.
at least 3 layers of fail safes that you have to override. So it's going to take a few
Hopefully, my
rounds.
key capturing software's been still working while I was asleep, and no one discovered it.
All right. So make the. Then I assume this. Are you going to keep doing that, Donovan?
Yep.
Make that roll, please. Same thing.
Right.
Selena.
Hey. How many rounds do I have in the?
We do not count ammunition in this game. The way the ammunition works, there's the only way ammunition works. You either have, if I don't say otherwise, you have enough bullets or ammo to operate any weapon you have. If I claim that there is scarce ammo, then I will tell you how many scenes or combat or rounds or whatever that you have of that weapon. But yeah, so that's...
Okay, so I still have, so I can do the coordination plus composure roll
Yep.
again to try to...
Yes, you can. And Karen is going to look to break this hold. Eddie, what are you doing?
Eddie is currently blank face, staring out into the void. I'm gonna flavor this as Twilight Beacon being just, not good for me. Like, she presses against my forehead, and suddenly it tilts just enough for me to see outside into that gaping maw, into that black abyss, and I could almost swear there's something staring back at me.
That is yeah, that's actually a good way to describe that. So basically, like, when she grabbed you and she saw, like, touch your forehead, her entire being just became void. For a moment, you saw nothing but you were sitting alone, yourself, in this massive empty void, and you felt meaningless, bringing you up to those distress tries for the roll. But what are you doing this round?
And right now I am trying to just think on my hardest. Hold her down, hold her down, hold her down for your friends. And I'm gonna keep trying to hold her down, specifically just wrestle her. Like, if she can't move, then Donovan can do his thing.
Yeah, wrestle her to the ground. Got it. So that's the same. This is going to be a strength plus toughness. You've already got the grapple going.
Right.
To throw her to the ground.
That is 5 distress dice, my friend.
Yes. And
All
tell
right.
me, I need to know how many ones you roll.
Okay, let me roll the thing first. Okay, that's already... That is 3 successes if the distress die don't screw me over. Here come the distress die, peeps. So this is 4 because I only have 44s. So... Oh my god, I need y'all... I still have the other ones left, but none of those, I don't know if y'all can see them because of the blurs. No, you can't. Are 1s, and here's the last distress die. That's a 3. So, that is...
Yay!
3 successes, and the distress die did not screw me over for once.
All right. You are able to throw Karen to the ground, and she... you hear, like, kind of a thud on her shoulder as she reaches back up again. Or she's still got her hand kind of on your forehead, but make a coordination reaction roll, please.
I'm going to assume that this, because you said until all my rolls are over, so these also have the distress die.
No, your turn's over. You went first.
Oh, okay. Thank God. Well, they still have the 2.
Basically, what would have happened is if between Karen doing that and your next turn you had to dodge, like if there was another person here, it would have mattered. But really, it doesn't in this order. So.
Okay, so what... Well, this screws me over now, because I have the 1 success, but the 1 on the distress die.
Okay. You feel something odd. You feel, that the stress is getting to you. You kind of shook it off for a moment. But whatever has been kind of like eating at you already, it feels like it's seeping into your body and doing you, you feel like a burning sensation as you, how many successes did you get?
Well, it was 1 success and the 1 distress.
So you got 0.
Yep.
She very much hits you, but you also take a single damage.
4 HP, my friends.
You are hit yet again. 2 more distress dice on your next roll, so you'll have 4.
That's all my D4s. I should get 1 more set of dice.
Yeah. Selena, what'd you get? 2. Okay, her dodge roll is
1 more than last time.
a 1. She got you actually, while she's on the ground and you see her kind of like hitting him again in the head with whatever she's doing, the grab. You fire the gun and hit her in the arm that she was using to hit him, and you hear her grunt in pain. You do actually get a little pop on her for a couple of damage. And Donovan.
Phenomenal success.
A
I got
phenomenal
4.
success. Okay, so from way back when, there was an issue where one of these failsafes went down, and you were part of the team that fixed it. You knew exactly what to reset to do so. It is going to... You completely break down this first one and are able to actually go ahead and take down a second from a phenomenal success. Once you get done with the last failsafe, you have to deactivate 2 parts of the engine process. The first being the containment field for the antimatter, and then and then turning off the actual antimatter processing thing so it can't keep going through. Once it does that, antimatter is going to hit matter, and things are going to get wild.
Ooh, friends.
Donovan, you're gonna do some more hacking, I think.
Yep.
When you roll your distress dice, Donovan and Celine, I need you to tell me when you get ones. Everybody who rolls a 1 is basically being poisoned while in her presence on a distress die and takes a damage for every time.
Oh no.
And then she gives you distress dice. That's her thing.
So
Okay, I know that the first shot, it was like I rolled 2 successes and one, and then the second time I just rolled 2 successes and didn't lose that.
Okay, so you should have taken 1 damage. I meant to mention it to you earlier.
Okay, so I'm up a little damage and feeling that poisoned inside deal.
You did feel that kind of thing. Something seems to be trying to eat away at your your body as well as your mind at this point. Are you shooting again, Selena?
Yep.
Okay.
Just have to write down by hand all my stats because my character sheet just doesn't let me write anymore. I have no idea what I did to it.
Karen is going to attempt to break the grapple.
I have a decision to make because you just scared the living. You put the fear of death into me because if I happen to roll 4 ones.
If you don't roll, you still have it. You have to roll before it goes away. It's not just a round.
Oh.
Technically, I went back and reread it. It's the next roll. It's not for the round. That was the old way. So it is the next roll will have 4 or 2 extra distress dice regardless.
So on the off chance that I roll 4d1s or 3d1 at once and she hits me, I drop.
Right.
Right then.
Birthday.
For everybody, for Yos, for Sai, for the mess hall, for the alcohol that we could not consume. I'm gonna keep trying to hold this grapple. Okay. Well then. Oh wait, I still have 1.
And you get another auto success, Eddie.
Oh, well, that's wonderful.
From Steven Moonstar.
Thank you, Steven. Appreciate your generosity, my friend.
Great work, Steve.
Whose rolls are we counting first?
Well, you're top of the initiative order, so it's you first, Eddie.
Great. So with with Steven's auto success, that is 1 success, I have another 1 on the dice, and dear friends and dearly departed, I have rolled 3 1s on my 4 distress die.
Remember, you can spend seconds.
Oh, right. Okay, let's do this. How many to get rid of them?
You can spend 6 seconds to get rid of all of them.
Then all of them? Then yes, I will spend my second.
Well, no, I'm sorry. You will. Okay, you can spend 6 seconds to get rid of all but 2 of them because 2 of them are not actually distress die. They are just bonus die. Your 6 seconds removes it makes you ignore your own distress die, which is what's happening here.
Okay, so I rolled 3 of 9.
I'm gonna let God, how would that work?
Because without her, I would have 2 distress die.
Yes.
So if I get rid of mine, that would bump it down to just 1 distress die?
Mm-hmm.
One. Okay, so let's do that. I will spend my 6 seconds. That puts me at 5 minutes.
All right, hold on. Let me.
3.
Okay, you take 1 damage. I just did a randomized thing to see which 2 counted. Just
Okay.
that's something I'll figure out later. I'm gonna go back through and reword that better in the book as I'm working off the complete book here, and it's a little bit wonky.
That means that I got 1
damage.
Yeah,
And
1
one
damage
success.
and 1 success.
Yeah.
Thank you, Steven. I wouldn't have gotten the success.
Your
otherwise.
grapple, like, since you're currently still grappled, or she's restrained, you're basically able to, like, smash her head down really quick against the ground a little bit and do a little damage to her. But she is going to come back up with a surprising amount of strength, and try to kick you off of her. I need you to make a contested roll of strength plus toughness. Your hand-to-hand is going to be what would affect it here.
My strength is just this.
And you have 2 distress dice on this. So.
And the 2 distress. Oh boy. Okay.
Get out of here.
Would my dread manifestation affect her roll in any way?
What is your dread manifestation?
The flashbang. I call it the flashbang, but it's the coronal flash, which means she doesn't add anything to her attack rolls. I don't know if this counts.
It is an attack roll, and that would count, yes.
So there goes another minute. I'm at now. Oh, that puts me at 6 minutes. So that's 3 distress die, ain't it?
Okay. Yes.
Okay, I'll spend seconds. This is no time to shine.
Well, just letting you know that mattered. So.
Okay. So I'm coronal flashing. I am on the brink of death. I am going mad. My friend is doing everything he can to hack this ship, and I'll be damned if I let this lady get what she wants. And I am rolling. Okay. And I didn't get any successes. I did get 2 1s, but I am spending 6 more seconds to.
You can't.
I can't.
You've already spent 6 seconds this round. You can't unless you have a stim pack. You have dropped to 0 health.
To 0. Oh.
Because that's 2 more damage. I think that brings you down. You rolled 2 1s, right?
Yeah, I rolled 2 1s, but I still have 1. I had 3.
But you took a damage. Oh, you were at 4. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
you were
I was at
1.
4.
Yeah, you're at 4. You were at 1. You were at 1 health right now. You feel it like. How many successes did you get on this?
I did got 0 successes.
Okay, and she was able to kick you off. When she does, you don't feel that same thing. She didn't do that same thing where she like made you, do whatever, but she kicks you off and stands up. Selena.
Yeah, that's no distress dice, but nothing coming up a 5 or 6 either.
For some reason, my
natural
dog
0
is walking up underneath my computer desk and just staring at the wall like something's inside of it, and will not go. Go away! Go away!
That way. That dog right now. I'm just like,
Jesus. She's never done that before. She's literally sitting next to me. She's staring, like standing at attention, staring at the wall, like looking in there. There's nothing under here. I don't know the hell. Oh, sorry. But anyway,
What, friend?
Yes. So, Eddie, you're live.
Barely.
And Selena, what'd you get?
No, natural 0.
A nat 0. Okay.
Yeah, no distress die coming up with that, despite the 2. Just nothing of interest, except probably some kind of doom.
She actually like puts as she's standing up, like rolls behind the terminal, and your rubber bullet, like as you try to catch her with your sight and fire, it bounces off the side of that terminal. And Donovan.
2 successes.
And that is enough to take the last failsafe down. You now have access to stop the to start breaking down and stopping the antimatter reaction. And I'm assuming you're going to start doing that now?
Yep.
I'm just going to point out this one is a little more difficult. You are automatically, when dealing with this one, what is it?
Is it like disadvantage?
Not really disadvantage. Basically, like with this one, it is. I don't want to add distress dice to it. That doesn't make any sense. How was I going to do this?
Contested?
It is a contested roll. That is because it's a contested roll against the failsafe AI. So that's what we'll do. That makes a lot more sense.
AI,
From what
I helped build you.
I believe in Donovan.
So these are going to be contested
Uncle.
rolls against the ship itself.
All right.
And you're going to have to break through 4 locks. So basically, you're going to have to go 4 over what the ship does against you on this one to get the thing finalized and the self-destruct handled. Selena, you firing again?
Silly. Okay. Yeah. She's hiding behind the console, right?
Well, she's behind the console right now, but you can wait for her to pop back up and fire. Which would require basically that is a intuition, or I'm sorry, a coordination plus that would be coordination plus reaction. So basically, you're waiting for her to pop up, so that's a reaction roll, and then no, I'm sorry, it's a vigilance roll because you're being vigilant for her to make an appearance. So once she does, you can fire, and that's what that is.
Climb up onto a chair and then like jump on her head. Is that an option?
I mean, it's an option.
Celine, you can roll for a Solace trigger again, thanks to Stephen Moonstar.
Yay.
Hey, Moonstar. Thank you.
Steven, listen, I need you to calm down there, buddy. You're making it too easy for him.
Okay. Well, I did not roll any other ones, but that's still going to bring me from a 4 to a 3. So not going to affect my dice, but going to stop things from getting worse. Okay. That's not going to affect anything mechanically right now, but the sentiment is appreciated.
Yes.
So, gonna try to like go take a flying leap at her head.
Okay, you got it.
Thank you.
So that is going. If you're trying to make a flying leap at her head, we're gonna call this a coordination. Like you're trying to like leap over the console and jump on her head.
Yeah,
So,
like vault off a chair and just like.
Okay. So you're gonna leap off a chair. We're gonna call it.
I'm trying to throw myself at her because she's currently still up and in danger of stopping Donovan's hacking operation.
Yeah, it's a senton thing. I got you. So you're gonna do a coordination plus. We're gonna call this toughness.
Okay.
Coordination plus toughness is your roll. This is a hand-to-hand roll, by the way. Karen is actually going to dive out from the console and dive at you, Don. And Eddie, what are you doing?
He backed away from the console that she was at the very beginning. I am not in my right mind. I am very close to joining the chorus, as it were. But I want to see this console that she was tapping away at.
Hmm.
And I know that Donovan has his own console in engineering. I mean, I got on this ship. I would like to think that I am capable enough of finding a button or something to hit on this switch that Karen would not like me to find. Something to stop the ship, something to blow something up, anything
Do you have technology?
I do.
Right. You can try to figure something out. You are not an engineer, however. So
Nope.
yeah, you have never. In fact, this is one of the places you probably have never been. The only people who come down to the main engineering are like captain and the engineering team, medical if needed, stuff like that. But
Okay. But it's like
if you're so you're trying to make it, that's going to be called an intuition plus. We're going to call it intuition vigilance with technology because you're trying to spot what you need to do.
okay. Let's go. And she didn't smack me with the extra distress die attack, right?
Nope, you did not get hit with that this turn.
Okay, so that's 3. All right, let's do as many. Okay, and 1, And these. Okay.
Mm.
So I got the 1 success, and I will spend 6 more seconds to ignore the 1 I got off of my 3 distress die.
All right. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll
So
keep you alive.
That is the
You-
1.
Here's what you find. You find that she has actually locked this console, and you would have to hack to get into this one. She is, after all, the XO of the ship currently. So, or she's a captain now. The captain's not around.
Well, I don't think I know how to do that, but like if I'm alive,
You have technology. You can try to hack. You just don't. Yeah.
Can I take the second to say, Celine, you gotta stop her, and I just gotta double over.
Donovan needs to make a coordination plus reaction check.
Is it 12 seconds that puts you over to the next minute?
For every once you hit 12 seconds, you add another minute.
Okay, and to verify that you can use 1 minute to reroll a D8 that you added
1 second.
using minutes, or does this not work?
Okay, you may you may add a dice for 2 seconds. You may reroll a dice that is failed for 1 second, as long as it's a failed dice.
Okay, but if you added the dice, can that dice be rerolled?
If it's a failed roll, you may reroll it.
It was a failed roll. I just wanted to make sure that was mechanically kosher before I counted up my success for that.
Technically, it makes it where you can add a D8 and just spend one over and over to try to get a success instead of adding new D8. Yeah, actually, I need to jot that down.
Okay, yeah, I did roll both D8s, but that didn't work. I spent the remaining 2 to re-roll that until it ended up. So that did put me back up to. So since I'm back at 4 minutes, that solace did help actually. It stopped me from going back to 5.
Okay, well, I mean, it's not I'm not calling for you yet. I'm calling for Donovan to do a coordination reaction dodge.
Yeah, just wanted to make sure my understanding of the mechanics was sound since we are playtesting this.
You got it. You're perfect. You got it. We'll be good.
So, I got no successes.
That is rough, because now you have an additional 3 distress die.
That's cool.
On your roll. So, Selena, what did you get total?
Yeah, that's 1. It was a 0.
You hit her. She's not even paying attention to you. She was diving at Donovan. And as she gets past, you kind of turn around and shoot her almost point blank in the back, dealing a couple more damage.
Okay, I was aiming my own body. Does that still count, or?
You were jumping on her.
Yeah, I was trying to kind of do a tackle kind of deal. Just.
Yeah, so you're able to kind of tackle her and pull her off of Donovan.
Okay.
But Donovan, I know you already rolled your initial thing. I need you to add those other 3 distress dice. If you had 3 already, just add 2, because you can't do more than 5. How many 1s did you get? Any 1s on that one, Celine?
I didn't. No, they both came up 3s instead.
Okay.
I believe.
Ah, hell.
Oh no.
What would you get?
Old person memory problems. Trying to remember if I even got a success on that. I don't think I did. So let's hope I don't get electrocuted. Oh, but I did want to ask on the me battling the AI. How does that work with my temporal flash?
You are hacking it. It is not a combat. The AI would not.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Yeah, if it's not a combat thing.
Aha! I dodged your firewall.
But you got 0. You got how many? 0 negative.
Oh, praise the baby Jesus!
Yes,
I
we
didn't get any successes, but I didn't get any 1s on these additional 3s.
Would you like to spend seconds to try to add some successes? To try to re-roll some stuff, or... Because, I mean, you can just spend seconds to re-roll D8s and hope you get an 8 or so. Because you are hacking.
Well, these distress die, do they...
They don't
These
do
extra
anything.
ones, they fall off next round,
Yeah,
right?
they do, unless she
Okay.
hits you with it again.
Okay, okay. Because... Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm only at 4. Then, yep, let's go ahead and throw on a D8. See if I can at least get something. I got 1 success.
That's all you need. I rolled 0.
Yeah.
So yeah, I rolled 8 dice and got no successes.
That's my kind of luck.
That's happening with
That's
like all of us.
Yep, there you go. So, that 1 success actually puts you ahead of the AI. You have done 1 of the 6 needed, or what, did I say 6 or 4?
4.
It was 4, right? Yeah, 1 of
Yes.
the 4 successes over needed to do this. So, you are... You're getting there. You're making some progress, but it's slow starting. Donovan, I assume you're doing that one again. Selena, what are you doing? You're standing over her. Basically, you knocked her off of, like, Donovan.
Can I shoot her point blank and try to get her? Can I shoot her point blank? Is that a different role?
Point blank roll is going to be a coordination reaction.
Okay.
Because that's point blank is a little bit different than shooting from a distance. Karen is going to try to snag you, Selena, in her web of void, and Eddie. You are currently looking at a possible. You're looking at some hacks here.
Okay, I just rolled my distress die.
Hold
We're
on to the
holding out
roll.
on me.
Hold on to the roll. Hold on to the roll until I get to you.
Okay, so I have to make a choice. I have to either start hacking this console or contribute to whatever's going on over there. Those are my choices, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
and you wouldn't be able to assist really unless you had another console. So you'd have to get access to this to do an assisted hack.
but going near her means possible death. You know what? Or go out with a bang. Those were my words, right?
You did. You said it, and you are in the climax here.
I'm
my
going
friend.
for Celine is gonna get some very bloody backup from Eddie Sourfist is going to bring down. I said I would be more creative than punches, but the Sour Fist must be brought down on justice, and I will just try to punch her head and let Donovan do his thing, help Celine with combat. So I'm gonna punch her in the head.
Strength plus toughness, please.
Strength plus toughness.
With a hand-to-hand.
And all these distress die. All of these distress die.
Yep. Karen is... yeah, Karen's gonna dodge.
Okay. We got this. I will spend 6 more seconds. That puts me at 7 minutes. And 3 seconds. To ignore the 1 distress die, because I keep getting 1s. It's statistically difficult not to. But I got 2 successes.
Alright, 2 successes. She actually takes a crack on the jaw from you and gets a point of damage done to her.
And this is it, folks. A scratch, a sneeze.
Make a coordination reaction roll, please, Selena.
Oh god,
Celine.
Okay. Coordination reaction. I have to keep track of what I rolled beforehand. So. Let's see. Okay. Coordination reaction.
It's for a dodge roll. Your coordination plus your reaction. If you don't have a combat thing to make this D8, so.
Nope. Okay, that's 2. For this, it was 2 successes.
Okay, well, she got 3. You add 1 distress die to your next roll, 1 bonus, which is now. So go ahead and roll another D4 and add it to that roll.
Came up with 4 instead.
Okay. So
Which was
what?
good, because the previous two came up with ones.
Yeah. So that's 2 damage from those. But what'd you get on your total for shooting?
Net 1.
A net 1. And that's a 0 successes on her dodge. So as she comes up and basically like is able to grab your wrist and make you feel that void, but you pull the trigger at the same time, and you hear her yelp in pain. And actually kind of go down to a knee and look a little wobbly there. Donovan.
Nice. Donovan got 2 successes.
2 successes.
Come on, AI. It's your Uncle Donnie. Let me in.
That is a 0 for you.
Yeah.
2 successes on my end. No. 2 success, 0 total net hits.
Damn it.
So no movement on this one. The AI has caught up with you a bit here and is doing what it needs to do to fix what you're messing up.
Fixing anything up, I promise.
Make the same roll, Donovan. Selena, what are you doing this round?
I'm gonna try to do a pin. Like, I'm just gonna, like kind of bear hug her and, like, try to keep her down. Bear hug.
Okay. That is going to be a strength plus toughness, hand to hand. Karen is going to do something you haven't seen her do yet. Eddie, what are you doing?
Do I still keep the extra the shot die?
No, you've already rolled that. It's just for your next. It's for your next roll.
I don't think it would make a difference, but can I just smack her with the deactivated stun baton? Like,
yeah,
just because
I mean, it still has a +1 damage to it.
Oh well, I would have should. Yep. Yeah. I'm going to smack her with a stick.
Yeah, so it's that's a call that strength plus toughness weaponry.
Strength, toughness, and all these distress die, and I am dangerously close to minute 8. I am at... No, not minute 8 yet. I got 1 success, and I used 6 seconds to ignore the 2 1s I got. That puts me at...
She got 2 successes. And
Oh,
basically, like, you swing, like, right at her head, but she dodges back. Like, you just miss, like, hitting her right in the face. And as she does, she, claps her hands, and nobody can see anymore. You are now in a black void of no light. Every light goes off, it seems. You know you're standing in a certain place. You can't, like, it's kind of an odd sensation. Donovan, you still feel like the heat of the the normal feeling of, like, the touchpad and stuff you're dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
It's on and apparently should be working, but you cannot see anything as you are working on it and around it. So if basically outside of, like, you can see your hands, but you can't see more than, like, 5 feet away from you, right? So you can't see outside of you. You are just yourself and what you're holding. Like you are stuck. Like the void has been put right here in this room with you.
At least it's not reflective.
Yeah. Selena, what were you doing?
That was the bear hug. I rolled 2 ones.
You actually, you are gonna auto fail this because you need to be able to see her to do it. You no longer can.
Okay, so just ignore the dice, even the ones.
Yeah. No, actually, you need to take the ones because you're gonna like basically you're bear hugging and there's no one there. Like you saw her, she clapped her hands. Blackness. You kind of move forward to put your arms and you don't grab anything. But you are going to take the damage from those distress dice. And Donovan, you're still able to roll for this. Oh, sorry. What was that?
And that's... I did use the dice to ignore it, but that for the damage purposes, it's still the 2.
No. If you ignore them, you don't take them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you don't take them at all. So you can spend 6 seconds and not take any damage from her thing, but you're going to add minutes upon minutes upon minutes as you do.
Yeah, I'm approaching, going back up to minute 5 really quickly.
You ready for me?
I am ready for you.
I got 5.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
What can this thing do? 1, 2,
Ah,
2. You did it. That is 4. You're able to beat the AI.
Yeah.
As
Uncle
you
Donnie
do,
puts it in the corner.
you basically are able to lock it in, and you turn the AI off, and you just flip the switch. And in 10 minutes, the core will no longer be magnetic. The antimatter will, or 1 minute actually, is going to hit the side, and you're all going to be, well, you're all going to be nothing. That's very true.
Well, guys, been nice to know ya. Mission
And-
successful. Proud to have served next to you on this false mission.
And the light comes back to all of your eyes. You're able to see around you, and as you look at Karen, the look of horror on her face, she screams no, and runs back over to the other panel to try to stop doing something. We are no longer in combat. Basically, you're gonna be doing her, but she got 1 health. So what do you want to do?
Stab her in the neck with my scalpel.
As she runs by, go ahead and make a coordination plus. We'll call that a reaction. And coordination reaction with weaponry, which I don't think you have. So remember those distress die.
wait, isn't this the kind of thing that you can make her not dodge you?
Oh yeah, I can.
It absolutely is. So you can degrade her dice. Yeah.
Yeah. And I got 2 6s. So 2 of my successes. No distress dice came up
got
with 1s.
No successes. You as she's like running by, you that scalpel hits her right in the jugular vein, and she falls forward with the scalpel still in her neck, and she hits the ground. It pushes through the back of her spine, and she and does like a long like death rattle. She's trying to say something as she is, but you can't hear a word out of her mouth. And all of you sit there in silence, looking at the screen. You're getting closer and closer to this large black void, except the countdown is coming down and down. And as you get to the last 10 seconds, or the last 20 seconds or so, do you have anything else, things you would like to say as you leave this mortal coil?
I look at my compatriots. Well, at least we went down fight.
With the bang.
He only smiles.
I hold out my hands. Just like, and we grab on. Here we
And
go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Your existence ends in a shattering light of shattering white light comes from the center of the engine. It's the last thing that you ever remember seeing. That light fades slowly into a darkness, a void, and you hear the voices and feel the emotions you did before, except this time they're in panic. They're screaming, and you can sense what's happening inside of this void. You can see inside of it a way you couldn't before. You've joined it in a way as it's being destroyed. The large orb that you were heading for used to be a sun, and this used to be a solar system. You can see black hunks of rock just orbiting around this now completely dead blackened star, floating out there in space. And the ship itself seems to have destroyed a portion of the entity or whatever was grabbing onto the sun. You don't know how long you've been watching this. You don't know how long it takes, but the last memories that you all have is watching this entire dark solar system implode on itself. And we fade to black forever, at least for you. Congratulations.
Yay.
Yeah.
We blew it up.
Cry.
Ah.
So that one, this one I am still working on. Thank you everybody for playing. I hope you enjoyed it. The end of there is no way to live through this one. Just letting you know, you did not fail. The choices here are success in stopping its ultimate goal, which
we handily did.
yeah, you did. You handily did. I'll kind of feed you a little more on it because I didn't get into it in the game, and some people may be wondering because I missed last week. Basically, it was going to take the ship into a close orbit to the darkened sun, and over the course of time, it was going to place little pieces of itself, whatever this thing is, inside each of these cryopods, and it was going to shoot the thing right back to Earth.
Oh.
So it was going to send these to another. You realize, the solar system you're in used to be populated by something. This thing seems to have eaten them all, and so it was going to go to Earth to do next, basically. The mechanics with the boss are something I'm toying with. I need to fiddle with them a little more, but I like the way that basically it stresses you out and your stress kills you, instead of her really doing anything.
It was
that
stress.
was pretty interesting.
Yeah. Because the poison mechanic, the poison condition in the game is if you're poisoned, if you roll a 1 on distress die, you take a damage. So I basically just gave her, everybody around her is poisoned, or and did that. But I thought that was kind of, did y'all think that was an interesting thing to do instead of the normal hit you damage?
Yeah,
I mean, it was fun.
It was panic-inducing, if and only because I had so low enough health. I am at 1 hour, 7 minutes, 9 seconds. And that was just, I started the fight at 4 minutes. Just from jumping seconds to not die.
I think... Go ahead, Slim.
Having it so that the stress die, don't just mess up your rolls, but also kill you, meant that, the solace and the use of the soothe powers as well, there was a lot more agency that added than I thought it would.
Yeah, you could have really, soothe powers would really, really aid you in that one. I
stopped done. Donovan was able to get that job done, and I'm glad for the small part I had in that.
Yeah, I'm thinking, I kind of have an idea where I want to go with this one now, because I did enjoy running the, distress is killing you thing. So I'm considering turning this entire thing into basically a giant trap dungeon with one boss at the end, and the whole purpose is to stress you out before you get there, so that you're just taking damage the whole time. But I don't know yet. I don't. Yeah, the whole but I'm glad that worked out well. Thanks.
I also like that during this fight, we had that option to mess with the console, and that's your goal. You had the boss, and the boss was obviously interfering, but it wasn't as with the captain and the navigators, because for most of this for most of this campaign we were unarmed, and since none of us are fighters, whenever the combat was, I wouldn't say forced, but whenever we perceive combat as the only option, because that's kind of what at least my brain is ingrained to from different other systems.
Yeah, D&D does it.
Yeah, so I cannot perceive hostility from an enemy and not go into combat mode. So having the blow the ship up option was okay, I know where I'm going with this. I know what the objective is here, versus just punch until it dies. Because punch until it dies is not necessarily a productive option when you don't have the combat abilities to do so.
Yeah, I mean, it was because it was just a lot of, okay, we punch it. It was a really long D&D battle I did where I just hit things with an axe for 2 hours. There wasn't a lot of variation in the play, so the puzzle boss at the end was really fun.
Yeah, I'm still playing with the mobs in the middle of the the actual enemies in the rest of the ship itself. I added, they're different a little bit from last time. They're quite a bit different from last time. But I didn't like them as much here. I must do some tweaks on those too. because I think I need to lean more into the building dread of hopelessness as opposed to combat in general. I think I'm
Yeah, I
gonna
think
like
yeah.
unraveling the mystery is what stresses you guys the fuck out before you get down there to like finally face off and try to blow the ship up.
And maybe like that last session was like I keep saying, having that alternate objective was such a big deal because
Yeah,
it gave one of our players like their time to shine with their specializations. My character doesn't do much besides make food, but like I can soak up things just like I'm a meat shield. But like maybe in the med bay, combat could have been avoided. Like maybe we didn't have to like kill the nurse, but maybe there's some like a puddle or something that we could electrocute her. Like it's just something that doesn't necessarily involve a combat, but like a strength and toughness, strength and toughness, strength and toughness,
yeah,
strength and toughness.
and that's kind of where like there's not a lot of weapons in this one.
No, I
And
get
that
it.
pretty much necessitates like that, and that I agree. I'm gonna try to get away from that when I finish it up. Like I don't want it. That was the one thing that I didn't like was how often you guys were. I was just like, hey, roll a strength and toughness, strength and toughness.
Yeah.
So I need to spread the love a little bit across some different things to try to figure something out.
Like maybe contested puzzle rolls. It's like maybe we're not fighting, but we're both trying to start a car, and whoever gets in the car first gets the objective first. Or maybe we're running away from something and there's things in our way and la 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 la. Like, or maybe like the enemy is a psychological battle and we have to dread through our own memories or whatever. But
Yeah,
uh and that one would be kind of nice. Like maybe we're stuck in a jail of our own bad memories, and we have to kind of wade through that. But strength and toughness, strength and toughness. I didn't. I as a player default to combat, and I try to find other ways. But was what else could I do in that specific instant versus Karen? And like, well, hold her down. Donovan's got this.
In my stories, we really actually don't have a lot of fighting at all. Like, even the game I'm playing in, it took us like 4 sessions to actually get into a very short combat encounter. Even a bunch of rats, we're not gonna fight them. We just pipe them out into the woods. So, like, having to like engage with that brutality about having it being an option was a form of horror for me that I found entertaining. Like, when it happened the first time, it was a lot more so than it was like that extended fight scene. But like the first time with like the med bay with the corpse coming to life, like and bleeding and like with like the profane symbols and stuff like that was spooky. I thought like that encounter was a lot more interesting than like narratively than the one that followed.
yeah. The symbols I was like playing with. I'm playing with a little bit to finish something, and I actually like. I was gonna do more, but some of the like lore got switched up as we were writing while I was in the middle of this, so I had to like abandon a little bit of that in this next one. Because we spent last week kind of like doing stuff in the book, and we've kind of like we've honed in on a couple of things. So I actually know, I know something else I'm gonna add to is like a some other things I'm going to add to the next round of this. So I think the next one time I do this one, it's going to look very different. I think I have a good round of notes here to like work on.
Yeah, I mean it was very bleak, so it was good for horror. Lots of different kinds of horrors too. It wasn't just one kind of horror, judging by the sheer amount of content warnings that we have to put for this.
So I know it's like pretty early for us, but I think we're good. I think an 11 o'clock stop is a pretty good one. I said this one wasn't going to be super long, but yeah. I want to thank everybody for coming, and I would like to turn it over to. Let's do some quick sign off here. We will start with the now seasoned player of the Midnight World, Pixie. If you have anything you'd like to plug, say goodbye. What would you like to do here?
Yeah, just say goodbye. And need to reiterate, although I was crying, I did have a very good time. It's that was the endings of these always hit like a truck.
Eddie Sourfist, Ener.
Hello there. It's pleasure to be back, and hopefully for many more sessions. You can catch me at my very limited Twitter posts at the lucky not the at Lucky Enter. If you want to follow me on Twitter, and I hope to be back to entertain you more.
And I'm upgrading you to veteran now, Kat. You are a Midnight World veteran at this point. I think you have now play tested with me more than anyone else.
Yay! I feel honored.
Well, this is why y'all are getting the credits in the book for playtesting. Did you? I don't know if I'll. Ener, you gave me how you wanted to be in the book, right?
Yes, sir.
Did you, Pixie?
Never thought it and didn't post anything. I'll probably follow whatever's being used by more people, whether it's like online handles or actual names.
Most people are using their like regular names or just like their name and an initial or something. But however you would like it presented in the book, you may just send me a DM.
We'll figure that out. My actual name is very generic, so it's
it happens.
We'll probably do that.
Sounds good. So we're gonna start winding up here tonight. I'm not sure where our cause ended. I know we didn't go the full time.
And tonight we're going to be rating the Venture Maidens. Do want to thank everybody who was able to donate between last stream and this stream for our community cause. It really means a lot. You have no idea. Even people who aren't living out loud see and hear you. And tomorrow, don't forget to tune back in right here on the compound for the Nat 30s. Wicked Independent Prestige Incorporated. I'll be playing an adorable Minotaur.
A Minotaur.
Yeah, she's cute. She's a little 3.5 foot bull person. She's just adorable.
So here's what you need. You need a barbarian with a 5 strength and an enlarging potion. And you need to be thrown at something and drink it midway there so that when you land on them, you're a full-size goddamn Minotaur moving at 70 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, the old fastball special. Yeah. Anyways, well, we're going to be signing off here. Thank you for joining, everybody. Enjoy your time with the Venture Maidens, and we will catch you next week where we will have some new players who will be joining us, and I'm pretty sure a whole new adventure I've not run before that I will test for the first time.
I can't wait to watch a Midnight World because the ones that have been active, I've been playing in them.
Yeah. So, good night, everyone.
Good night.